be speaking to us from the Entertainment Speaker Manual. She's giving an after-dinner speech for the Happy Divorcees Club. Her speech is an irreverent and humorous look at the trouble with husbands. Please welcome Kathy.
Husbands. I've had a few. I wouldn't have needed so many, but they just don't hold up. I can't be blamed for their quirks and misguided ideas about a wife's marital duties. Good evening, ladies. It's wonderful to be here with you at the Happy Divorcees Club. I know you'll be able to relate to my story about the trouble with husbands. You see, it all started with husband number one. Joe was a good guy. He was kind, clean, considerate, and we had a lot of fun. We loved to travel and spent 2 months on the trains traveling through Europe. We earned our black belts together and owned and operated a karate school while holding down our engineering day jobs. Joe was handsome in a swarthy Arab sort of way, too. You know, I even loved his family. They were so entertaining. When we all got together, the men had a nose measuring contest. Fortunately, Joe never won. One thing though, when we got married, Joe was a smoker. It's so nasty. Kissing a smoker is like licking an ashtray. It's nasty. And we were very poor. I told Joe I couldn't possibly support his smoking habit, and he had to use a pot pie tin for an ashtray. Of course, there was definitely no smoking in the house, but when that pot pie tin filled up and fell over, wasn't my problem. But Joe was a smart man. He figured that it would be a really good idea to quit smoking. So a few months after we were married, he gave it up. He kicked that bad habit. Things went along wonderful for several years. We traveled, we had so much fun. Oh, we did so many cool things. And then he picked up another bad habit, boinking the secretary. Oh. He thought he was being sneaky. He'd tell me little stories so he could get out of the house, buy her little presents. I knew what was going on. I could see the Visa bill. One day, I went out into his office and cleaned out his credit union. Well, that got his attention. Things went downhill from there. All I can say is that guilt is a wonderful thing when splitting up marital assets. I hope he's happy with the big-haired, gold-digging slut. After Joe, I decided I needed a different kind of man. So I hooked up with Frank. Frank was a very traditional guy, and I figured at least he'd be faithful. Frank felt like it was his job to take care of the little woman. Of course, it was my job to take care of him by cooking, cleaning, washing, ironing, and being the portable entertainment unit. Frank thought just all he had to do was work and drink beer. A few months after we were married, Frank started ordering me around. Do this, do that, yeah. I don't take commands well. Heck, I don't even take suggestions well. I had to cut Frank loose. This was not going to work out. I was ready to swear off husbands, but then I ran into the Chuckster. Chuck was the most intelligent man I had ever found. He was incredible. He had a PhD from Stanford. He taught at West Point. And he had a resume like a rock star. He did have a little quirk, though. He was deathly afraid of heights. I don't know how you can be a flight instructor and be afraid of heights, but he was. I didn't want to make another husband mistake, so I had devised a few tests that he had to pass before I was willing to sign up to be his wife. One of those tests was to walk down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, twice in a week, without complaining. Well, this is fine. We're walking along. It was a beautiful day, and it was a multi-day trip until we came to this trail that had about a 2,000-foot drop. And I looked over at Chuck. He's having a full-blown panic attack, wallowing in the dirt, clawing the cycle out. Oh, it wasn't pretty. And I should have known it didn't bode well for the marriage. No. Chuck could also be real possessive. I had these good friends, Dave and Roy, and when we greet each other, we'd just do a little hug and kiss. Because we'd always done that, and that was just my, good friends. So one day, Chuck and I were out to lunch, and he says, I don't think you should hug and kiss Dave and Roy anymore. And I said, really? I said, Dave and Roy have been my very good friends for a long time, and they're going to continue to be my good friends. If that doesn't work for you, you can keep on walking. He thought about that for a few minutes and decided maybe Dave and Roy were okay after all. Chuck liked to eat a lot. I could cook a nice, healthy meal, and then he'd want to go out and have a pizza and milkshake. You can imagine the result. When we had sex, it was like there was not one, not two, but 3 basketballs between us. I prayed it would be over quickly so I could breathe again. There are ups and downs in all marriages, and so we were trying to work through some of these issues. And I thought we were doing pretty well until one day when Chuck came home and told me he had walked off of his $185,000 a year job because someone hurt his feelings. We talked about that for a minute and decided it would be a good idea for him to go see a counselor. So he went to a few sessions and he came home and he says, I'm not getting what I need from you. And I said, well, Chuck, what's that? What do you need? What can I do for you? I need you to put me on a pedestal. I thought about that for a nanosecond and I said, it's time for me to start packing and hit the road. I was ready to swear off of husbands at this point. I mean, 3 bad ones already, oh no. But then I ran into Bob. Bob was a looker. Bob was handsome, smart, sexy, and successful. He was every girl's dream. We traveled the world in style. We had a fabulous mansion, an incredible stable full of expensive horses that we loved to ride together. Bob was a man's man. He liked to hunt and fish and play sports. You would think Bob was the perfect man until he started dressing like a woman. At first it was just at home, and then at first it was just at home, and then he wanted to do it when we traveled. What does a wife do with that? I don't want to be with a woman. I had to cut that boy loose so he could wear his lipstick and pantyhose in peace. I made a checklist so I don't make the same mistakes again when I look for husband number 5. They've got to be all man with the parts to prove it, no lipstick and pantyhose, no smoking, drinking to excess. They've got to be in good shape, and no girlfriends. No boyfriends either. Ladies, I know you can identify with these problems. It just seems there's no good husbands to be had. And like you, I am a good catch. I'm well educated, I'm attractive, I'm financially secure, and I'm independent. And these men just don't appreciate our best qualities. I mean, perhaps my flaw is in selecting fragile men, because God knows it's not my sparkling personality or marital expectations. It's a quandary, ladies. Actually, on second thought, I think I'll just stay a swinging single. Thank you.